Do I look busted? Yes, I do. Do I give a shit? No, I don't give a shit. So for about a year now, people have been asking, are you not going to do YouTube? Are you going to do YouTube? Why aren't you doing YouTube? Well, there's multiple reasons why I have not been on YouTube. Number one, of course, I don't like editing. Do you like editing? Do you like sitting there for like an hour or two editing a video? And I personally think it's very tedious. So I haven't done it. I think the drama in 2020 was really bad is because I personally think it really showed the true face of certain influencers and their motives. A really interesting thing that my best friend had said to me is, if you look at the beauty community in a whole and how much content is pumped out, the gamer community, the candle community, the DIY community, the cooking community is pretty much more steady than the beauty community in a whole if you put all the videos together, which I kind of think is true because I do watch cooking videos and I do watch DIY channels and nail channels, and they are very, very consistent. And personally, I don't know, I'm not going to say names. I'm trying my hardest, like my absolute super hardest, to do a very neutral, natural look for you guys because I look like a freaking flamingo all the time. I hope y'all realize I'm doing this all for you. So one of the big things I realized this year is that when I talk about specific drama, okay, a lot of times people will more likely be interested in what I say about Jeffree Star or Shane Dawson instead of viewing other influencers that have something going on. So this year I made a video on my TikTok that got some people upset and some people thinking about the conspiracy of the conspiracy palette, and how I almost felt like it was people almost feeling the need to purchase it when you watched the docuseries. And why am I saying it? It's almost like this sales tactic to make you almost feel connected to a product. You feel so connected that you feel like, I truly need this because I experienced the process of making the palettes, when you really actually didn't see that much in the docuseries. And that's just my opinion. So let's talk drama. Jeffree Star and Ryland did this whole interview together with the girl who I have no idea who she is. If somebody can tell me who she is and how I can find her to figure out who she is on like Instagram levels, that would be very kind. But anyway, so they were doing this whole interview the whole time about Jeffree Star's life and how pitiful and how sad his life actually is because we are so mean if we speak up about him. But anyway, this whole interview to me was the most pathetic try. It wasn't even a try. It wasn't even an attempt. It was like, oh my God, are y'all serious? It is actually so sad to see these people come together that way to try to get more views than they get on their own channels because people just don't want to watch it anymore. So in all honesty, I think that Ryland and Shane and Jeffree did this video because they wanted to feel out if their audience wanted to see them together again. I mean, it was not a bad video. It wasn't bad quality. It wasn't filmed awfully. It was just not what I wanted to see. And Shane in the background was the worst thing because honestly, it almost was pathetic that he couldn't come up front. Like he wouldn't dare showing his face. In reality, this interview could have went a lot differently if all three of them would have sat there instead of that girl, whoever that girl is. She was thirsty for some Jeffree Star makeup, which is absolutely bizarre to me because it's on sale everywhere right now, by the way. In this interview, I would have loved to have seen Ryland interview both of them sitting in the middle and letting Jeffree and Shane speak. This would have been the perfect time for them to just talk about things, even if nobody wanted to watch, even if nobody wanted to see, we were going to view it because of the name power behind these two people. We wanted to hear about it. And honestly, the whole thing with Shane popping up and already saying sorry for posting something that he wanted to post, is not a good way to do it. It is actually very manipulative towards his audience. And he wants sympathy for not being able to come back into the spotlight and say, hey, hello, I'm back. These are my videos. You guys want to watch it? Are you guys interested? No, we're not interested until you actually sit down. We don't want an I'm sorry video, because the I'm sorry video was a 2.0 of Jenna Marbles' I'm sorry. So actually, no, we don't want to I'm sorry. We just want you to come forward. Rylan, I don't think, is good at asking questions whatsoever. I want to maybe go back on a video that Rylan was in with Shane about people being mad about him acting very bougie, stuck up. The hotel video, to me, was really horrible that Rylan did. I think it was Garrett, Rylan, and Morgan. They wanted to stay in a hotel or motel that was cheaper and search for stuff in it, like, because they heard horror stories. Some people actually live in hotels and motels, and they don't have the luxury to act as bougie as you do. Those hotels were not that bad that they went to and wanted to stay in. They played it up. And I think, again, this is what I'm getting to. Rylan asking about how much does Jeffree Star pay a month for his bills was really just a odd question. He went from sympathy to playing his wealth up, and then there was so much more in the video that I don't even want to talk about in my video here. That was just disgusting. It's not disgusting, it's freedom of your own body and freedom of who you want to be, and be very confident about yourself. But there is also a part of me that felt like you're just trying to, again, use his wealth to up his status with everybody who's watching, so it's an intimidation factor. Honestly, not anymore. We all know that he's rich. We all know that he invested very, very well. But did we really need to feel more like we're underneath J-Star and he's like right up there? I don't think so. That was very unnecessary. Smart psychology on Rylan's end, but very stupid if you can look past. So to wrap this up, the reason why I was so disappointed in Shane, Rylan, Morgan, Garrett, Andrew, all these people, initially my videos were made on TikTok because I felt very much saddened by the fact that these people could act this way. And some of the stuff I saw about them was just disgusting me as a fan, and I couldn't support that anymore. And the more and more I see how what they were trying to portray and tell us, that is just a persona they play online to play it up, the more I see they can't turn it off. It's little hints in these type of interviews that I see for myself that I just don't want to watch them anymore. And it makes me sad because I think that some of the people that I truly enjoy, like Jenna Marbles, is still not back or really showing her face or anything. And I mean, Julian's still there, and I enjoy watching Julian's videos. Don't get me wrong. I watch Julian's videos. I binge watch them actually when I built up like 2 or 3 because I just like watching the videos. But again, going back, now I got really distracted. I used to be a really, really big fan of Shane and Ryland. And the longer this went on, the more I saw that all of them changed, not just because they're getting older, life, and whatever else, but also with the whole thing that happened when he started doing the docuseries with Jake Paul, with, what's her name? What's Tana? I have not talked about Tana in a while. So Jake Paul, Tana, and then Jeffree Star, you could see the buildup of certain behavior and of certain just not really caring. And I sometimes questioned, was the content really that amazing for me to just dive in like that? And I'm not saying it's not hard work. It is very hard work of what they did. It is more the fact that I'm like, was I pulled into the hype, or was I really pulled in because it was such great content? Because there's other people who do these vlog style, funny, creative videos as well. Why are they not making it? Is because they don't have that type of connection to other higher YouTubers or higher influencers? Or is it really because he just had such a amazing personality? Because in the end, he was a guy in a regular shirt, and maybe that's what it was. He was a guy looking regular. And a guy he looks touchable. He looks touchable by fans. He looks approachable. And maybe that's what it was. He was not higher than life. He was more of the normal person. And I think it really started for me when he moved out of that one house and moved into the bigger house, and you could just see the vibe changing. And he did the video with Graveyard Girl, and I had never before seen her home. And when I saw her home, I looked at her different, because when you see somebody's home, it's almost like you see into their soul. You see into the real person. And I almost felt a little different about him. So I don't know how you guys feel. But as an ex-fan of Shane, I was very saddened by the interview with Rylan. I was upset. And finally, now that I kind of got a chance to think about it all, I was able to make a longer video, because what's really upsetting me is the field, the atmosphere in the whole influencer and beauty community right now, where I almost feel like as much money as you can grab, just get it. It doesn't matter if it's controversial, it's good. It makes views, it makes money. And that's it. It's all a spectacle. And it's kind of sad. The artistry's gone, and the people who truly have artistry behind videos and a lot of work just don't seem to be seen. But hey, that's how the cookie